Good evening, everybody. Hopefully everybody is doing great. Sorry I am a little late. I'm actually a lot late for our night live, but I did schedule it a little bit later out tonight. I was in a rabbit hole that I could not come out of. Let me add this to the stream because we're going to be talking about these lovely people tonight. Hopefully you guys have all had a really good day. I'm really sorry to hear about your day, Ashley. I'm going to go back up in the chat and read what you wrote. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting the like button, get my camera going here. Looking a little outdoorsy today because I've been outdoors all day. I've been outside and enjoying the weather. We got a full house. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Let's go to the top because I didn't know that your wife had, did I know that about your wife? Oh, my lordy. Oh, girl. Oh. So even her legs, the swelling doesn't go down and she puts them up. I just have to put mine up all the time. And I have to get those Dopplers on my legs to make sure there's no clotting and stuff like that done. I'm praying for you and for her, oh my Lord. Make sure she's okay. And you know what? Next time you tell work you're leaving. You're leaving. You're out. You're like, hey, you just tell me. You know. Oh, you didn't find out until today. So she just found out today that one of her kidneys is only functioning at 8%. Oh my Lordy. Makes me so sad. Well, I'm praying there's miracles and she's going to be fine. Whew. You say your wife's like Letitia? Oh, you're going to find out about Kim tonight. We're going to teach y'all about her, Ellie. She's our Megan of our Idaho 4. People, other creators, I've heard them using that bit, and I've said that since the beginning, since she first came out, and I'm like, don't be taking that from me. But I think everybody's seeing it. So if you guys are a praying group, or if you just speak to a higher power, our girl Ashley and her wife need all the prayers that they can get today. So all of them. I didn't. Um, I didn't get your message, Teresa. I didn't see it. Yeah, I know that he's allowing the verdict on TV. Yeah, or on public. I mean, for public. Yeah, just have to listen in if you want to hear the rest of the trial. So okay. So this is like a good like so okay because when you say dialysis like I'm like I go to immediately like oh my gosh it's like so bad so they're doing this in order to make her better. See I don't know a lot about that dialysis and stuff that makes me so nervous. When I hear that people don't feel good I don't like it. I don't like it. Hi Ivy. I don't. I don't like it when people don't feel good. Like Teresa, she don't feel good sometimes. I know she doesn't. She doesn't tell us, but I think about her all the time. I think about you, Teresa, even if you don't know. Speaking of which, she's not even in the chat, but I was gonna ask Isabel about her dog because I want to ask her about her puppy and her teeth. I know she had some dental work done. I forgot to ask her. Hey, Mountain Mama. Hey, everybody. Is Summer in here? Where's Summer? There she is. She's stuck on a bridge. Oh. Uh-oh. I don't like bridges. Not me. I'll be out of the car. No. I do not like to be stuck on a bridge. So if you're just now joining us, don't forget to thumbs up the video. It really does help the algorithm, helps push the video out there. We're going to do a couple of things tonight. We're going to do some debunking of a lot of stuff. I went down a rabbit hole today that I could not get myself out of. That's why I've been so late, because I've been listening to Kim on 1.5 speed for hours. I started listening to her about 5-6 hours ago, and I just stopped listening to her as soon as I said hello to you guys. So my brain's a little fried, so if I'm a little off tonight, that's probably why, because my brain feels like it's so colluded. But I just kept hearing things. I'm like, wait, that doesn't sound right. So, like when you hear something and it doesn't sound right, you always want to like, I'm a Googling kind of gal. I know that Google's not like the Bible or anything. It's not like set in stone if it's on Google, but it's a good resource to have. And I like Google. So, if I hear something like, I have sharp ears. I don't know. I just do. And I think a lot of women, they say women have sharp ears because like children and stuff, but I hear everything. Like I hear too much. Like it'll be something, a slip of the tongue. And I'm like, oh, I heard that. I heard it. So then I'm like, getting online and I'm Googling all the things and, then I'm down a rabbit hole. So that's just how it goes. I was late too. So was there no problem? I saw that Legendary said waiting for me. And I was like, actually we were. Because it's like right when I was getting ready to go on there. You hate bridges too? Yeah, no, I don't like them either, Summer. You've left most platforms, Kelly D. I don't follow a lot of people, but I've been following Kim. She's like my new person to follow. She needs a page. She needs like a YouTube page. If she's listening tonight, you're more than welcome to use my YouTube platform for your page. Just kidding, JK. But I wouldn't mind for you to tell me how you think any of this means anything. I've got a lot of pages. And that's what happened too. We were trying to print my notes, and they printed all like funky for some reason, so I had to reprint them. Then it was like, that's like 10 pages. I was like, when you know, you know. So hopefully you guys are all having a great day. Watermelon is like a summer fruit, I feel like, or a spring fruit. And they were opening our pool today, I think. I think they were doing that. So I think tomorrow I'm going to have a pool. So I got a bathing suit tonight because I had to get a new one. I had to go up, and I was going to try to squeeze down my smaller sizes, but why do that and be uncomfortable, So I said, I'm just going to go get a new one, and I'm going to keep every single size in my house. Small through large. That's just how it should be. Teresa, you changed your picture. Oh, Teresa. I didn't know your hair was short. I pictured your hair longer. I love that picture of you. I can see you so well in that picture. I love it. Sorry, guys. It's one of my mods. I never get to see pictures of you guys like that. I'm one of those people, that Kelly D, I read through my phone. So if I ever text somebody and it's like a run-on sentence and most of the words don't make sense because I have such an accent, I guess Surrey thinks, or whoever is the person that is in charge of listening to my voice when I'm talking into the phone, because it's always ass backwards. It always is. Well, I need to go to the beach. I see you, Eddie. How are you doing tonight? It's actually earlier for you. It's only 9. I figured I was going to come on. Well, I knew I wanted to try to get through this last video because I didn't want to stop on a video and be like, okay, I watched half of this video, you know. So I got through 3 videos for you and for me and for all of us on YouTube land. And I only have about 50,000 more to go through, like probably 12 more hours of footage. I don't know exactly how much, but there's a lot. 92 degrees today. Was I taken today, that beach picture? Ooh, I love the picture. I love it. I love it, love it. I love this picture also of Xana. I think that her and Ethan are in this picture are so cute, and I think that her cheeks are so cute because they're sunburned. You know that feeling too of like being on a boat and your face is a little sunburned, and you know, just that feeling. I feel like they felt that. I'm gonna have to come down there. I really am. I love Florida, and I need like some sun. Your girl's super duper duper white. I went out and sat like the last couple of days. We have a sitting area. It's beautiful where we live. So we sat and well, I sat and I did work there. So the other day, a few documents were dropped. Nothing major that I saw, other than, I mean, and I don't think this is too major. Scorpelina, you got sunburned today? Ooh, I wish I would have. I didn't, there's like an awning above me. I was like, dang it. But let me share this one with you. But Brian Kohlberger, he did get another attorney. So it's a new attorney added to his group. I've seen people going, oh my gosh, she has another one. I'm getting worried now. 4 people were murdered. I mean, 4 people. So I'm pretty sure that you can have more than 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 attorneys. I'm sure that all the attorneys that you can get pro bono, because I mean, or paid, you know, by the state, is good for you. So, oh, I was like antisocial butterfly. I didn't see you. Oh, hello. I was like, because I saw Alicia. I'm like, you're talking about, oh, you're pretty. Oh, you're pretty too. Look at all these pretty people in here tonight. Look at all the lovelies. Oh, I don't do weeds. Good thing we have gardeners where I live. They did take a tree out today, though. That was a very random, it was small and it was fine. And it was gone today when I went out. It's been there for 6 years and it was gone. And I was like, oh, there it goes. But I did, where's her picture at? Oh, it's because I was looking at her. Okay. So he did get a new attorney. Her name is Elisa Massoth. Massoth? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Of the firm Elisa Massoth, LLC, and files this notice of appearance as co-counsel capital qualified for the above named defendant. Now, I will say this, and I'm not trying to go back in time and dig up anybody and anyone, you know, past memories, but I just find that it's ironic that when Brian Kohlberger was first arrested and they assigned Ann Taylor to his case, they were, oh, well, we only have 13 death penalty for qualified attorneys in the state of Idaho, and we only have like 2 that are up in northern Idaho. Okay, so well, he has 4 now. So that's not why he got Ann Taylor to begin with. So that's a lie. I'm just like, you know, it's killing me. It's killing me. It's killing me. Oh, thank you. It is normal. So yeah, it's definitely a normal antisocial butterfly to have more than, you know, more than 1 attorney. How many did Alex Murdaugh have? Like 4 or 5? He was paying for his. OJ, he had like a whole team slew. I mean, if it's a big case, the more the merrier. I feel like the more the merrier. Put them all in there. I mean, you know, but yeah, they usually do that. I even know for smaller cases, they even sometimes will give you like more than 1 attorney. just so if one needs to step out, the other one can kind of help, co-counsel, things like that. Yes, you are so right. I do not know how to pronounce your name. Sonami. Sonami. I know that's probably not right, but it got a beautiful sunset though. People who have emotional connection to any case have a blurred vision of evidence and scientific facts. Yeah, I think it's some people that get like overly invested or overly emotional. Yeah, because I was trying to like listen while I was like reading the live chats today too, like while I was in like just moseying around my YouTube streets, and it was so crazy how it was like telephone. You could see it. Someone would say something. It wasn't even Kim per se. It would just say anybody. There was a panel full, let's say, and the chat. One person you'd say they would say exactly what the person had just said, but they would add in something to it. Like, yeah, I had heard that before, or yeah, that came out in the beginning, or like, and I'm just like, what? No way, Jose. I'm like, this catches on like it's like wildfire. You know what it reminds me of? If you've ever worked in a restaurant, you'll notice. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. It sure was. Okay, yeah. So I guess my mic wasn't on the right setting. Sorry, guys. No, like, is that better? Can you hear me better? I think I was hooked into my computer on accident. My mic wasn't hooked on, so Vincent called. That's what. No, it scared me because I was like, he never calls, so that's why I turned my camera off and I muted myself because I was like, what is going on? So if it's a little better, maybe I don't know. But I have a MacBook, so you never know what's better, really. Those things is as much as my MacBook. Okay, good. Because I mean sometimes my speaker is down a little low too, so I'll just do that. There we go. Much better. Okay. Yeah, if you could ever hear me or something, just let me know. And you might have said it and I just didn't even see it. Oh yeah, BK's lawyers are going to I'll write books and make money. Yeah, that's probably why. I mean, they're all jumping on the bandwagon, just kind of like in true crime and YouTube land. I don't even know what I was saying before that all happened. Oh, you didn't want to complain. Oh, no. If you can't hear me, just let me know. And because I can always turn up my mic too. It's like almost quarter of the way up. So I know that when I get like panel guests on, I'm gonna have to do that sometimes because I guess it's a little people are louder than my mic is sometimes. So okay, yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so much to do. Okay, so how should we do this? Let's do. I'll share her. This is what she looks like. I'm sure you've seen it probably all over the internet by now. This is Brian Kohlberger's new attorney with Ann Taylor. The ladies are in charge, I guess. I don't know. I know that he has a guy too, so I don't know. I know he has three. I thought he had four. I don't know if the other one's a male or female. I'm not sure. Yeah, they need all the attorneys they can get for him. um, but I did want to share this with you guys first before we get into the debunking. It's going to be a lot. Um, and I have like a whole spiel and everything. So I was going to show you this video because it just came out and I was like, oh, this kind of covers like the new lawyer and all of that good stuff. And it's not that long. So I figured we'd watch it and then we'll start the debunking process.
Kohlberger is headed back to court, but first, his defense team is demanding the prosecution turn over new evidence they say is vital to the case. Plus, Kohlberger's defense team adds a new face with experience in capital cases. But does that mean he will face the death penalty? We take a deeper look at the latest developments in the University of Idaho quadruple murder case.
It alleges that the defendant, Brian C. Koberger, on or about November 13th of 2022 in Latah County, Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation, and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Xana Kernodle, a human being, by stabbing Xana Kernodle, from which she died.
In November of last year, 4 University of Idaho students, Kaylee Gonzalez, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin, were found stabbed to death in their off-campus home. Weeks later, investigators arrested Washington State University PhD student Brian Koberger. At the time, he was at his parents' home in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania. After the start of the year, Koberger was extradited from Monroe County, Pennsylvania to Latah County, Idaho. Since then, he's been held at the Latah County Jail, only about 1 mile from the grisly crime scene. Ahead of next month's preliminary hearing, Koberger's defense team is demanding new evidence from his arrest be shared.
Anytime you have a homicide investigation, law enforcement is going to want to attempt to look for any type of evidence, whether it be forensic or otherwise. And that would include any place that the defendant lives or lived. And in this case, they had gotten into his home in Pennsylvania. It appears that there is evidence that they recovered. Some of it may even be blood evidence, and the defense has every right to review that evidence to see how significant it is to their defense and their strategy.
Law and crime legal analyst Julie Rendelman says it makes sense that Koberger's defense team wants information from his arrest in Pennsylvania, even though it was thousands of miles from the crime scene in Idaho.
Certainly when you're a defense attorney going into any type of hearing, you're going to want to have all the evidence in front of you because you're going to want to be able to potentially cross-examine witnesses that testify. And that would certainly include any actions taken by law enforcement to create potential probable cause for his arrest, and to be able to establish or argue that some of the evidence they recovered is either not reliable or witnesses are not credible.
This comes as investigators publicly reveal items that were recovered at Koberger's Pullman, Washington apartment and storage unit, including hair strands, an Amazon Fire Stick, and a computer tower. But it's additional evidence that Koberger's team is now seeking. According to a motion filed on May 4th, Koberger's defense wants 6 key pieces of information turned over to them. That includes all body and dash camera recordings from Koberger's arrest, all lab testing from any items collected at his parents' home, in their trash cans, or in his Hyundai Elantra, additional lab testing from FBI forensic reports, all recordings and notes from the Moscow Police Department, and any audio or video recordings from Koberger's arrest and jail time back in Pennsylvania. Koberger's attorneys had previously filed 2 motions in February and March for the evidence to be handed over. But according to Rendelman, there could be a good explanation why it hasn't yet been provided to the defense.
It's certainly possible that the prosecution has some or all of the evidence and they haven't provided it. There can be many reasons why they haven't. One is because the evidence is voluminous and they're really just putting it together in an organized fashion. Another reason can be sometimes that there is a potential protective order, meaning there's something in the evidence that they think that certain parties shouldn't see yet because of some potential danger to a witness. And the third reason, which is possibly one of the most likely ones, is that some of the evidence they may just not have yet. Lab reports take a very long time. DNA takes quite a while. And so it might just be that they don't have it in their possession to provide it to the defense at this point.
We are going to ask the court to set preliminary hearing out into June. We would request the 3rd or 4th week of June and probably 4 or 5 days for preliminary hearing. Mr. Koberger understands his right to a timely preliminary hearing, and he's willing to waive the timeliness to allow us time to obtain discovery in this case and be prepared.
With a June 26th preliminary hearing date, Rendelman says Koberger's defense could request it be pushed back if they don't receive the information in time.
Look, a preliminary hearing is kind of a determination as to whether or not there's enough evidence to go to trial. So if I'm the defense attorney, I'm going to want every single piece of evidence that is relevant to the case. And by the way, I'm going to want piece of evidence that the prosecution doesn't necessarily think is relevant, but I may think it's relevant. And I'm also going to want any type of evidence that might be exculpatory, something that might lean away from my client being the person responsible for this case, for this crime.
The June preliminary hearing is slated to last multiple days, and while that's not a common occurrence, Rendleman says it makes sense in Kohberger's case.
Anytime you have a case of this nature that's dealing not just with direct evidence, but actually circumstantial evidence, you're going to really want to connect the dots for the judge. You're going to want the judge to understand why each piece of evidence relates and is relevant to proving that this individual committed a crime. And that takes time. It's very different than a witness getting up there and saying, I saw this individual commit a murder. When you're connecting the dots, when you're taking cell site information, forensic information, possibly downloads from a computer, it takes time to put that case together. And that's why it may take several days before the judge.
As Kohberger's defense prepares for the lengthy prelim, a new Capitol qualified attorney is added to the team, in addition to Kohberger's court-appointed defense attorney, Ann Taylor.
And Mr. Kohberger, would you like to represent yourself, hire a lawyer, or see if you qualify for court-appointed counsel?
I have court-appointed counsel.
Court has reviewed your application for attorney at public expense. I do find that you are indigent and do qualify for court-appointed counsel. I will appoint Ms. Taylor to represent you in this case.
As of Monday, Eliza Masseth is now listed as co-counsel for Kohberger. A graduate from the University of Idaho, Masseth rose to fame when representing John Werdeman, a one-time America's Most Wanted criminal who was sentenced with 4 life terms for attempted murder and kidnapping. Masseth helped to have his conviction overturned. She's also qualified to defend people charged with the death penalty, something Bryan Kohberger could face.
And the maximum penalty for this offense, if you plead guilty or are found guilty, is up to death and imprisonment for life. Do you understand?
Yes.
But according to Rendleman, Masseth's addition to Kohberger's team doesn't necessarily mean he will face the death penalty.
We've learned recently that there is a new attorney that's on the case that has handled capital cases in the past. There can be several reasons. One is because there's an expectation that they may be heading in that direction. Also, keep in mind, someone that has that experience is going to be experienced in any way in murder one cases and investigations. And so getting them involved early on can be incredibly helpful to the defense team.
So far, the prosecution hasn't announced whether it will seek the death penalty in the case. Experts say that's a difficult decision to make.
There's so much that comes in to that decision making. And one of the big issues is about the families. Very often the prosecution's office will talk to the family to see what they want. Not that they're a deciding factor, but they're certainly a factor. You want to know what the family wants. And it also depends on the strength of the case. Is this the type of case that they think they'll be able to get the death penalty if they pursue it? So I think there's a lot of factors that are going to come into play when they're making that determination.
But as of now, family members of the victims are not allowed to speak out about the case. This stems from a strict gag order put forth in January, blocking attorneys representing victims' family members from speaking publicly.
It's very unusual, and I think it's improper. The victims are not parties to the case. And so when you think about a court imposing rules for the trial, and that's essentially what this is, the court imposing rules for the trial, it imposes those rules on the parties. So in a criminal case, it's on the prosecution, it's on the defense. It can be on witnesses once they testify and are subject to the jurisdiction of the court. But it's very odd to have a gag order like that apply to people who aren't part of the court proceedings, directly part of the court proceedings. And I think it's dangerous territory to sort of go in that direction.
As Long Crime Network reported, victim Kaylee Gonzalez's family is now challenging that order, arguing they have a right to speak. A hearing about that issue is set for May 25th, and so far, there's no word whether Kohberger will attend. Rendelman says even if the gag order is lifted, though, we may not hear from family members about this death penalty option.
The question is if the judge puts that gag order to the side, are we going to be learning additional information or more insight into the case? My guess is that we very well may not. Even if the judge were to say, you know, you can speak publicly or your attorneys can speak publicly, I still don't think that any member of the family is going to be speaking about any of the details regarding the evidence in the case or what they want to happen. And I think the reason is that the prosecution is not going to want them talking about these things. They want to protect their case. They want to make sure their case stays as strong as it can. And they don't want any information getting out there that they're not ready for the world to see.
Rendelman says it's the prosecution's job during the preliminary hearing to prove that there's enough evidence to go to trial. In this case, she says that's a near certainty.
Is it possible that the judge could throw this case out and say there's not enough evidence after a preliminary hearing? Well, certainly anything's possible. Do I expect that? Absolutely not. We certainly have heard, and assuming this is true, that there's one piece of evidence that in and of itself would make it impossible for a judge not to go forward. And that is that the knife or the sheath, I'm sorry, found at the scene has his DNA on it. To me, that in and of itself would be enough for a judge to say, we're going forward to trial.
Kohberger's preliminary hearing is now set for June 26th. Law and Crime Network will be there in Latah County, Idaho, to bring you the latest developments during the hearing. Reporting for Kohberger's defense.
Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that that tape before we really got started. Okay, so does anybody have any questions over that? Probably not. I don't know if you guys had seen that yet. It just came out a little bit ago. Let me see, actually. 3 hours ago. I'm just going to pull it back up for a second, just so we have something up there. But so yeah, let's get to the rest of the live. I want to stress that we are going to discuss on tonight's live something that happens in every big true crime case that's covered on this platform. This isn't anything new. This is stuff that we see every single case. This isn't meant to like throw shade or hate at anyone. I'm just putting out the facts. I'm just putting together facts and debunking some lies. But creators start seeing, this is what happens. I'm just telling you straight up. Creators start seeing like numbers coming in when there's a big case. They see their numbers go from, you know, their views go from maybe a couple thousand views to 20, 30, 40, some creators over 100,000 views. Start my camera there. You know, they get these bigger numbers, and when they see that, or they're a smaller channel and they'll grow like drastically, they want to keep that news flowing, if you know what I mean. They don't want it to stop, because then that means their numbers are going to stop. It might not even be about the money for them. Like most people that do YouTube, I don't feel like it's about the money, because we really don't do it per video, you know. But I think of a lot of it is you see the numbers and you get excited about things, and that is exciting. But there's just a time to, you know, turn it on and turn it off. There's a way to go about it where you're not making up news. You know, even the news stations are seeming to make up the news, it seems like now. So it just always seems like, you know, something. Where have you been, Mama Mandy? Oh, good to see ya. Let me see, where was I at my notes? Because I've got a lot of notes. Like I said, you know, this isn't to throw shade towards anybody. I wouldn't do that. I'm not that person. I'm not a mean person. I'm just using the videos, and I'm not showing any videos, but I'm just using the videos as a reference of what has been said and what's going on, you know. We're going to talk about Kim tonight. She's been in our chat before. She's never been on the panel, but she's been in the chat. And I will put actually, I'll put the link up if anyone does want to come up and talk about it here in a little bit. They're more than welcome. I'll get through some of my notes and we could do that. First, on every panel that she goes on, I've seen a lot of panels. She goes on, she talks about how much she trusts them, how they're dedicated to this case, and that they don't judge her there. Every single time she goes on a panel, just listen, she'll say to every single one, or she'll say, I came to you because you were going to do this, or I wanted you to know because you can do this. I don't know. She went on to give an example, and I don't want to like give names, but I have to kind of give an example, like give names, give an example. But she went on, so, okay, let me see where she went on first. Okay, so last night she went on to Drunk Turkey's channel, which she had already been on Drunk Turkey's channel before, way back a while ago. I heard that he had deleted that video a long time ago, so I never saw it, or I don't think I saw it anyway, but she was on there. She went on his panel, and was saying like, oh yeah, I'm only giving you the information. I want you to have it first, blah, 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 blah. But she had just told T-Rev when we were in his chat I was listening in, she was telling T-Rev that she thought that Drunk Turkey was the detective that's on his channel, and that she only wanted to give all the information to T-Rev's channel. So I don't know who she wants to give the information to. She has like 7 different people. But she really did say she only wanted to talk to him, T-Rev. But then she's been on all these other panels. I don't get it. I don't see it. I don't know why. I don't know. Let me get my notes here together. Sorry, guys. Might be a little bit easier if I just turn my camera off. So the third panel that I saw her on, which 2 were in the same day that I saw, she said 2 people on there that she would give them info privately, and she tells every creator that. I won't say it out loud, but I'll give it to you privately. Well, the information that was thrown out on T-Rev's live a few days ago, there's nothing that you're going to be able to say to us that you didn't put in that email to him that's going to shock us at this point. Like, it's not going to shock us. Whatever you got to say to us, you are not going to shock me. I implore you to. I love it. The stage is yours. I mean, seriously, because it's insane. And I can actually use the word insane again. I feel like, and not because Letitia, I didn't want to use that word for a long time. Oh yeah, Cammy, they're going to have to move this to a bigger courtroom if they expect to fit any people in there. So I don't know. She said how there are so many people involved in this, but she names her daughter and the school that she attends. She actually named 2 of her kids. One slipped and the other one slipped a few times. So, and her daughter's name, it's not like it's a common name. It's like you could probably go into Washington, a WSU, go to the girl, she's in a sorority, go to that sorority and find her picture and point at it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's right, like it's literally that easy. So if you are a parent and you have all this information, all this, and I'm going to tell you what she's got and what she said. I've got like 5 pages. She's got some stuff. You're going to send your kid back to the school. You're going to let them do that because they're an adult. Okay, they're adult. But you're going to send her back even though there's 5 or 6 people out there that supposedly committed this crime and can go after her. Like, I don't get that. I don't get it. I don't understand. That's something I'll never understand. She threw her daughter's name out there more than once on these panels, and I was just like, whoa, my Lord, because now people are going to go after her. They're going to find her. They're going to find her. I just know, And I hope that they don't, And I'm not looking for her. I mean, hell no, I'm not. But I hope that no one, does anything to her. She, and like I was saying before, where we see this in every case that I covered, I'm not like lying about that. This happened in the Chris Watts case, Gabby Petito case, Kylie Rodney case, Idaho 4 case. In the Kylie Rodney case, we had a mom come out named Megan. She was on everybody's panel. From channels that were my size at the time, 2,000 people or 1,000, to ICAMIL size. She was all over the board. This lady reminds me a lot like her. They actually even sound a lot alike if you listen to them side by side. But anyway, back to this stuff. So Kim says that the girls that were featured on the 2020 episode and the Dateline episode, or the 48 Hours episode, do you remember we watched those? We watched them on this channel, actually. The Dateline episode and the 2020 episode, I guess the girls that were on there, she said that those girls are directly involved in this. And I'm going off of, okay, so this is just one channel that I grouped them into channels. So this is just one creator's channel chat that she was in saying this today. Last night. Blood was found on the washing machine in her daughter's house. She said that their laundry room is located in their cellar. But she said that this was after Kohlberger was arrested, that this was found. She said that she thinks it was a threat to her. Because she's talking, I guess. It's like, yeah. She goes on to say that the persons involved in the murders were cleared early on. And someone that her daughter knows gave them their alibi. Later on, she said that it was Jack and Adam. So she is saying that they're involved in this. She's saying that Jack and Adam are involved in this. I just would like the proof part. The proof part, the proof part is where I'm getting strung up on this. Because hell, I could say I'm from, any county that has a big case going on right now. I could say I'm down from Oklahoma. And, and strung up, it's just crazy. So I'm going to read that again because she goes on to say that the persons involved in the murders were cleared early on, and someone that her daughter knows gave them their alibi, and that those people were Jack and Adam. So, this whole time, Steve and his wife, Christy, and all them, nope, they're lying apparently. Apparently that what they say is not the truth. But we're gonna take hers as gold. She said the people started coming over to the house at 8:30 that morning. So they just hung out in the house with 4 dead people there for 3 hours, just sitting there. What were they doing? Like playing music, having a drink? Because if anyone says drugs, I swear on my soul, the cops don't care about no damn drugs if they're looking at a quadruple murder. They don't give a fudge about drugs. Yeah, that is. Jack doesn't have really an alibi. He was home sleeping. I take the Gonzalez's at their word, when they say like they checked him and they don't think that they were. I don't think that, no, cleaning up drugs, no. Not for 3 hours. That wouldn't be, no. First, cops don't give a fuck about drugs. Sorry to be blunt, but they do not care. When they are looking at 4 dead 20-year-olds, they do not care what's in the house. They don't care. But what they do care about is the 4 dead people. Now, if you have drugs in your home, it takes you 10 seconds to get rid of said drugs. Toilet. They've got 3 of them. Or you remove them from the home, you give them to your friend, he takes them away. That takes all of 30 seconds. They all live right around each other. So what would take 3 hours? If she's true, what came out? I can't help it. I've been on one today, guys, because I've been looking at this stuff and it's like, it's really getting to me because it gets worse. It gets worse. The stuff that I've heard and I got in my head, it just gets worse. This isn't even nothing. Actually, let's just go to the let's just go to the worst part. Let's go to this part. Let me mark where I was. Okay. Let's go to the injuries that she was talking about. Where did I put those? I just had them right here. Have you guys heard of, what she was saying about the injuries? Well, then you can't believe Caroline, then you can't believe what Kim's saying. Because Kim says that she saw people outside and inside the house and outside the house, and she just went down with Bethany and went to sleep. It's on my paper. I was just getting ready to read it. But the injuries, that's what I was looking for. I remember them, but I want to make sure okay, so, oh yeah, here they are. Okay, so injuries. She wrote a creator an email and then came out on the panel and said it. She said that Kaylee, and this is a trigger warning, I'm just going to give you one. And you tell me if you believe this as fact, and then I mean I'll listen to it for sure. Kaylee was unrecognizable and that her heart was ripped out of her chest and that it was stolen. Well, we're disclosing them. They're disclosed. But she works for Steve Gonzalez, she says. So no, Gina, that's not right. She can't do both. You can't do both. You can't be coming out here doing all this shit and then be working for Steve Gonzalez in the background, because he would not be doing this. And it gets even better. Because she says, actually, and I might repeat this because it's in my notes. Kim says that she finds out information. She's the only one. She's the only one in the world that's covering this whole case, that knows about this whole case, that knows about information, right? She's the only one. So when she finds out something, she goes to Chronicles of Olivia, the content creator on YouTube, and then Olivia decides if she tells Mr. Gonzalez or not. And I write word for word what the woman was saying. So the injuries, yeah. So she said that so Kaylee was unrecognizable, that her heart was stolen. Maddie was beheaded. Fucking beheaded. That's what they're saying. This is disgusting. It's disgusting. I'm really upset. That's why I didn't want to start with the injuries. That's why they're kind of in the middle. Because then I start to get shaky. Ethan, they didn't say anything about him really, other than he got knocked out in the kitchen, and then she didn't elaborate any further. Xana, one of her hands were cut off, and then the other hand, her fingers were removed and taken. I mean, the chats have 1,000 people in them, and they're eating the shit up. They're eating the shit up. People are eating this up like it's freaking gold money. It's disgusting. This would have came out by now. This kind of shit. Come on. Come on. Good golly, Miss Jolly. This shit, some of it, no, There's nothing, no. I've heard of some crazy shit, but just because this is a big case, we're not trying. I don't know what's going on with everybody, because a month ago everybody was on the Fry Kohlberger train, firing squads coming back, woohoo, to all of a sudden Kohlberger's innocent. It's literally been a switch. I don't know if y'all have noticed it, but I've seen it, and I'm not saying he's guilty or innocent. I'm just saying what I see. What I see. And I'm not saying that cops can't be crooked either. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But, you know. Oh, he was calling her out. I don't know, Mandy Joe. I don't know. And I was just like, when I heard it, I about fell over. I did fall over, I think. So let me go back to my other notes, because it's just like, I mean, it gets better. I mean, it gets better and worse. It's just like, what else can she give us? Yeah, she said that. And I swear, I would not bring a hand to God, my mom and dad. I would never say anything that would never throw someone under the bus like that. I would never, ever, would never say something if someone said that if they didn't say that. Would never make that up. Would not make up a scenario. Yeah, YouTube streets are nuts. Dylan said that she saw, so Kim said that Dylan said that she saw people inside the house and outside the house. So she ran downstairs and locked herself in the room with Bethany. Why? This is a party house. We've seen it on video. People are inside, outside all the time. What do you mean? You see people inside. That's all she gave. That's all she gave. And I was like, are we not digging this anymore? Are we not digging into this anymore? And these weren't like live when I was watching them, so I couldn't ask a question live. So I was mad. But I am always factual. I always will try to be factual with you guys. I promise you that. I swear to you guys that. That's why I have this heavy paper. And it's so big, so my one eye can see it. Because it really gets that bad. Really gets that bad. She said that, I think I got my notes mixed up, but that's okay. I just don't want to get anything too mixed up. I think I was here. Okay, I just want to make sure I got these in the right order. Sorry, guys. Because they're like so many. We went through some of these. I don't want to go through them again, so. Where's the second page? Oh, wow. Okay, so she said that, I'll just start on this page. Maybe I can kind of go through them. Let me see. This one. I got these all mixed up, y'all. Well, while I'm doing this, it'll only take 2 seconds. If you guys don't mind, smash that like button. It's free to do. The creator will love you for it. I mean, she's on a rampage tonight on her soapbox. But you guys love me. And I always try to bring you the factual stuff. I know, you should see me. I'm so bad. I do like, it does look like a handy dandy like notebook too, because it kind of folds like that. It kind of folds like that, and it's kind of blue. Just call me Blue's Clues, because I'm one of those, and I've said this on my channel. If it comes out of my mouth, do it to me too. If you hear something and it doesn't sound right, and you're just like, that doesn't sound right, Google it or whatever, because more than likely you're gonna be like, damn, you was lying. That's not right. All the time. Hey, Justice. Girl, you're making a fool up there. I'm just saying you really are. She has nailed it. You have been off the whole time. I've been off. Okay. Okay. So the injuries. All right. So, okay. Let me get this link. You bring me some facts on those injuries. We'll start there. How about Just bring me the fact that her real name is Kim. Just bring me that. Her daughter lives with the DoorDash driver. So what does okay, what are you even saying? No, Justice can come up. You should come up here and explain this to me. No, don't explain it. Don't explain Kim's words to me. I've heard too much of that shit today. I want you to explain to me what you found and what you've searched and facts, and you please bring them to me. Because so okay, where's the heart then? Okay, he just walked out with the heart and there's no blood trail. Did they cleaned up the blood trail after they took the heart? I'm really confused on that. So and I'm not usually this crazy on my channel, but if you like crazy, I could do crazy all the time. I'm just kidding. I can't do it all the time. Because I don't understand why Dylan's going to run down to the basement and hide with Bethany if she saw people just standing outside and standing inside the house. It's a party house. I don't understand. Everybody's been saying that. Everybody's been saying this is a party house. So, but wait, then she goes on another channel and says that the roommates knew about the whole thing and they were up the whole night. So, which is it? She goes on one channel and she says Dylan walks out her door, sees people out in the house and outside, runs down and locks the door with Bethany. Bam, goes on another channel and she says they knew everything was going to happen that night and they were up the whole night. So she said it, but which is it? I don't know. She couldn't say what they were doing. She said that her story is some guy named the Creeper, which is supposed to be Brian Kohlberger, was there, and that this was a drug house and they were going to basically go in and mess them up for a drug debt. How much drug debt can a college student have? Oh, if you want to go look, you can go look. I visited all kinds of her panels today, and I promise you, she said it. I don't make stuff up over here. And I write it down, and then I type it up. So we are doing double work over here. She was on, let's see, actually. I don't know the one channel because I don't follow them, but I can get you the name here in a minute because it's at the bottom of my notes with all the rest of the creators that she's been on. I think that Kim is maybe seeing a lot of like overdoses happening in the world around the colleges and deaths happening. And I think she's trying to attribute it all to one thing and she's just wanting her voice heard or something. I don't know. I just know that this isn't what it is. You know what I mean? This isn't what it should be. Nobody should be going around saying these things. And if anybody thinks that somebody should, then, you know. Hold on 1 second. Okay. No, I promise you when I hear this, she was saying these on different channels. She's been on, I think it was that girl would have a channel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 channels that I know of. But I'm not here to, bring out other people's channels names because, that's just going to make them probably look bad too for having her on their panel. But she said that she heard about all of this happening, right? The heart, the beheading, the hands, all of it. She heard about all of this on November the 13th, the day this happened. So what about that, Justice? She said that she heard about all this on the 13th. How did she know about all that on the 13th? I'm telling you, what I'm telling you is true, Justice. If you don't think it's true, then you can go out there and I'm sure you can search WSU Kim, because they put her all in the name of their channel or in their title, and you'll find them. I didn't do timestamps over here because I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to play another creator's live. What are these from? What are the? I don't know what you're trying to say. But she said she heard this on the 13th. She said that she heard about the injuries. This was on a panel last night. This was after T-Rev's panel a few days ago when he exposed everything in the email. She said she heard this shit on Reddit. She acted like she didn't even know about these injuries. But the email had been read and she went on that panel a few days before. Well, she said that Ethan got hit in the back of the head in the kitchen, Justice. So Kim said that, yeah, right here, Ethan was knocked out in kitchen. That's all she said. And I have some stuff to show you too. Let me see if there's anything I was supposed to show you yet. So like I said, everything she finds out, she tells Olivia, and then she decides whether to tell Steve or not. So a YouTube creator, so Steve Gonzalez, we know Steve, badass Steve, that wants to know stuff, every detail, every nook and cranny. He said, no, Olivia, let me know what you find out from Kim. I've never heard of that in an investigation before. And somebody going to a parent, or I mean, not even a parent from another school. Her kids don't even go to the same school. It's just, I don't know. So rumor has it, and this is what she said. This is what she said. Her daughter, who is in a sorority, has a sorority sister who dates a guy who provided Jack and Adam with their alibi. Do you want me to say that again? Her daughter, who is in a sorority, has a sorority sister who dates a guy who provided Jack and Adam with their alibi. My brother's friend's cousin's sister's second, twice removed. I'm like, English muffin commercial. I like those. I like English muffins. Really? Steve Gonzalez is ready to file a defamation suit and is seeking info about these crazy people? Oh, wow. I would. I'm shaking because of what I read. Like, I mean, what I had to read you guys. I don't like that. I don't like that being out there. Like, I don't even think that should be even, I don't even want to be putting that on my channel. If you ever, I have more respect for the families and stuff than that. And I'm not saying that I don't think that there's not like corruption in police agencies and stuff. But what do I think happened here? I think this was just a small ass agency that got in over their head. They needed help. The FBI came in, helped them out. They had 4 people in Moscow dead, 4 college kids. And so many people want to make it a bigger thing. Like they want to spew every small thing into a big thing, you know? You can't even spell Kohlberger right. What's his alibi? What's the alibi? I'm waiting on it. Ashley, you should put her on the live. You should let her listen to it. She'd probably be laughing. I want everybody, this is the live chat and I save these. So in about a year or two, when this case, you know, goes through the court systems and stuff, we're going to come back here. We're going to revisit this. And we're going to do a full on, like I'm going to do it like a reaction. It's a reaction to my own video. And maybe we'll come in here and we'll be like, damn, Tony, you was stupid. You didn't use no common sense at all. And, you know, but no, I think I'm using common sense here. Let's see what else. So she was been on some panels that have like 40,000 subs. Some panels that have like 2,000 subs. She don't mind how many subs she goes on. She don't matter. It doesn't matter. So let's see. She says that when Maddie and Kaylee were walking to the grub truck, they were talking about throwing drugs away. Everyone knew that they were going to get shaken down. Everyone knew. Everyone in that whole inner circle knew, but nobody told those girls. Nobody alerted any of those people. Ethan, he's a friendly guy. He's a friendly guy. I think we can all agree. I think that Kaylee, Maddie, and Xana look like very friendly girls. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I just don't feel like that in a college town where you got a bunch of 20-year-olds that can't, I mean, they're TikToking. I mean, everything is broadcasted. It's all broadcasted. Something like this, someone that's going to be going into someone's home to shake down 3 girls, let's say Ethan was a casualty, 3 girls are shaking him down, and nobody's going to tell them. No one's going to alert them first. Nobody. They're in those sororities. They're in those, you know, they have parties. They have friends outside the sororities. They have friends in the neighborhood. Nobody would alert them. But Brian Kohlberger, everything's matching up to, right? It couldn't possibly be him. You know why? Because I feel like because then it's going to have an ending and a lot of people are not going to have shit to do with their lives. Because they're going to have an ending to this. Point blank. I mean, I'm just being really super honest. I'm just being my honest, 100% my honest self. And I think that that's what it is. If this is your first case on YouTube, buckle up. Get ready for the ride. Because she ain't the first Kim. She won't be the last Kim. Why did Drunk Turkey, okay then, Justice, why did Drunk Turkey delete his first video he did with Kim on panel? Why did he delete that? And why did Olivia delete her video of Kim? If Kim's grand and Kim's telling Olivia all this stuff, just answer that for me. Just answer that. She said she thinks they use Snapchat to hide pictures and videos. So, you know that on Snapchat, you can recover your shit on Snapchat. Just because it says it goes away doesn't mean it goes away. He never said at the time of the murders, Justice. He said before the 911 call was made, they called friends over. He never said the night. No. You're going to have to clip that and send that one to me because no. I got good ears, not good eye. So you know her, you're spelling her mother's name wrong. You know her mother, Justice, but you're spelling her name wrong. You spelled Kohlberger's name wrong. And she wouldn't, and there's no way she would mingle with you. I'm sorry, there's no way. You're over here saying all this stuff that Kim is saying is true. So you're saying what about her daughter is true. That's rich right there. That's rich. Best eye, Mandy Joe. The best eye. Only got one. But I mean, some stuff, a lot of stuff gets past me, but not the good stuff. Not the really good stuff when I see something. You know. And I know somebody's going to come in my comments and be like, you can't do that on Snapchat, so.
Let's get started. Open the Snapchat app and tap on your Bitmoji icon at the top left corner of the screen. Then tap on the settings icon from the top right corner. Here, scroll all the way down and tap on the My Data option. Scroll down and enter your email address where Snapchat will send you a mail to recover your data. Confirm your email address and hit Submit Request.
Well, and that's not even a cop. I mean, that was quick. That's quick. Quick with the quickness. No, not T-Rev. Okay, hold on. Are you saying I got my notes from T-Rev? If this woman can even bring me an ounce of proof, I'm not going to believe anything she says. I'm just kidding. I'm not. I'm not. I just don't believe her. I don't believe her. And we have this in every case. We have this with huge content creators too. We do. Look at Papa's even in here. Papa Roger's even in here. There we go. Maybe it was from the iPad from the jail. You never know. You never know. Betcha. Oh, Elisa, then someone better tell some creators that that's not going to trial for 4 or 5 years because they already got their spots set up for tents and all of it. And you see how small this courtroom is, right? How many people do you think, how many press do you think are going to be able to fit into this courtroom? How many press? Because you're going to have to fit a jury in here. I don't know. Justice, are you kidding? Now you talk to Bill Thompson today? Are you? Where's my vape? Pamela, I'd rather have Dawn Sellers live in my head rent-free for the rest of my life Just kidding, Papa Roger. You're more than welcome to come on up. That'd be cool to see. I'm reading off my notes. That's what we're doing here. That's what I said. Justice, you're not listening. Honey, I said that. I said I take notes. I don't stream other people's lives in my live. Now, why would I do that? All I would have to do is let her come up here when she's been in here. She's already been in the chat before. Some creators don't read the bullshit. We read the bullshit in the room. We read it. I'm trying to give her channel. I'm just wanting you to give me one piece of evidence. Oh, yeah, I can do a poll, Lisa. Oh, yeah, I can do a poll. Let me do a poll. Haven't done a poll. I'm almost done with my notes, but I'm sure this is only part 1, guys. This was only part 1. And if Kim's here and she wants to come up and talk, the more the merrier. I know I think I'm a little intimidating sometimes. I don't mean to be. I really don't. I'm a really nice person. I just get so fired up. I get so heated when I'm passionate about something. And when you live, eat, breathe something for 6 months, and then somebody comes out in the last couple and they just muddy up every single thing that you know, it's just bad. Okay, let's start a poll. We'll see. Oh, I have another video to show you too. Okay, right here. So, she said that Ethan was knocked out in the kitchen. Let me see here. Let me go back to. Actually just put it. Let me see.
Newly released doc.
Never mind. I was going to go to my page, but probably be easier to go on another tab. Oops. I have to try to find where I watched earlier. Okay. Let me see. Oh, Justice is Justice a guy or a girl? Are you a guy or a girl, Justice? I didn't even know. I assumed the girl, but someone said a guy, so I don't know. I mean, don't matter either way. Don't matter up in here. We are non-exclusive. We'll fight with anybody. We'll argue with anybody. My mom used to tell me, actually, when I was a kid, my mom and dad actually, they told me to be a defense lawyer. They said, you can argue anything, girl. And I could. I argued my way out of getting grounded a couple times. Just presented the evidence. Just presented my facts. Just presented the facts. You know? I want to know how you have so much contact with Christy Gonzalez and Bill Thompson. How are you buddies with them, both of them? And Kim. Justice, that's what Kim emailed, and that's what she confirmed on that live on panel. So I'm not the one, I'm the one that's repeating it. And I said that before I repeated it, and I gave a trigger warning. We've been talking about what Kim's been saying all night, not what Tanya's been saying. Yeah, so that's not going to work. She said that the golf clubs were in evidence. Okay. How about this, Justice? What about them golf clubs? What do you know about them golf clubs? What do you know about them? That's the only question I have for you. Only question. Because she's so not just the ones outside, but the ones that were inside, and she knew what was getting ready to pop out with Ian and these guys. I'm talking about Justice. Golf clubs. What do you know about them? The golf clubs. She said that the golf clubs were in evidence, and the creator bit the hook she was given. So, Kim says that these were used. So what do you think? Oh, thanks, Pamela. You're so sweet, Pam. Thank you. None of that even made sense. That doesn't even make sense. So I can't even handle reading that. And I can normally decipher stuff. Yeah, I can't decipher that one. I can't decipher that. I'm just asking about the golf clubs. Because Kim, I'm trying to prove a point. I have a point that I'm going with this. So, this is for Tanya's patience. I might need a drink. I don't have any drinks. A girl that I knew brought me over a shot of a fireball thing or whatever. And I had it in my cabinet for like 2 years. Finally threw it away. But, okay. So Kim said that these golf clubs are in the house and they were used and they're in evidence right now. So, this is them retrieving the victim's belongings to give them back to the families.
And it was just a very sad moment.
No, and
They got their stories confused. They were thinking when they were taking out the mattresses probably and all of that other junk, or like, when they were taking out some evidence and then they were taking out other stuff, they were probably getting maybe their videos confused, because those went back to the family members a while ago. So you're wrong, Kim. They're not in evidence, Kim. They're in, I'm assuming, whoever owns them's home, parents' home. She said that Brian wasn't fired from his job. I don't care about that, though. I mean, I don't care about half of the stuff, but she said that she knows Heather from the dean's office, and they told her they were trying to figure out what to do with Brian. She just knows all the players. It's weird how people know all the players, but yet they don't know anybody at the same time. She knows all the players, but Brian didn't know probably any of them. I bet you if you ask Brian any of these things, he probably doesn't know any of this stuff. Ooh, just a bunch of dumb frat guys and dumb young veteran cops. Justice, we gotcha. We see you. We see where you're coming from. Okay. This ain't about these kids to you. So, not the children, it was her. I am not getting any of these words from anybody but Kim's mouth. I am not the creator to do that. Because if I was going to make up a story, honey, it could be way better than this shit. Okay? And it wouldn't be when I'm 6 months invested in a case. So, I don't know what I'm about to say there. Oh yeah, and Brian Kohlberger, I guess he had a roommate. Kim said. Kim knows that. Kim knows that Brian had a roommate, but none of us do. None of us knew that. Cops didn't mention that when they were looking at that room. She kept talking about the door being locked, the bedroom door too, like Banfield. I forgot about that. Mic drop. She's like, yeah, and on panel, she goes, yeah, and did you know that his bedroom door was locked? Well, I guess that's probably normal. It was an unoccupied room that was locked. And then she said he had a roommate. So there was somebody that lived in that locked room that had no furniture in it. Yeah, there was no roommate, huh? But that's what she said. She said that he had a roommate. He only lived there a few months, I thought. I'm putting over shut up, as my mom says. I about spit out my drink because my mom used to say shit or get off the pot. We come from two different worlds. That's what my mom used to say. But that's just how we were. She has quoted a couple times Howard Bloom as fact. The author, Howard Bloom, that we read the other night. She must be reading the same articles as us. She talks about that damn Ring camera, and it's not a Ring camera. It just says they found cameras in the area, in the PCA. It never states that it's a Ring camera. It's not a phone number. And I'm not saying that it looks great on the cops. They're a small agency in a small town that had a quadruple homicide. They hadn't had, a murder there. What was it, since like 2015 or 2017? I can't remember. It had been a while. So, I mean, I don't know. I just think that's a lot. I think that that's a lot of different points that I brought up tonight. I mean, I can count them all if you want. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 or 6, 6 or 7 pages of like notes. I'm just saying that, and I'm not saying what that, the News Nation or whatever we watch is like factual and this is what happened, but we do stick with like the PCA and stuff like that. I think that the people that were there are going to be the best source of information, not someone's mom that found out because her daughter's sorority sister's boyfriend knows somebody. Would you count on that information? If that was about your kid, would you take them at their word? If they said it was from their brother's friends, sisters, brothers, cousins, second removed? Like, it's literally sounds like that. It's her daughter's sorority sister's boyfriend's friend or something. That was Jack and Adam's alibi. Which Jack was sleeping. We all know that. I don't even think he needed a damn alibi. Maybe creators that had it on their panels can get those in LA. Well, I know, Daisy, that T-Rev sent the email that she sent him with the names and everything to like the respected people. And I was like, good job. Because, and I'm sorry I yelled for a lot tonight and I didn't really watch the chat. I was kind of, and I don't normally get upset. But it just makes me upset when I literally wake up every day. And I can't even imagine being somebody that's like the parent or their sibling or their best friend or cousin or something. I'm just a content creator. But you get you get invested, you really do. It's a big game of telephone. Yes, James. And I saw it happening like within the chat, like within the panel to the chat. That's what I was telling you guys in the beginning. I'm sorry. I was giving you an analogy and I forgot. I forgot. It's like when you work in a restaurant and one person comes to the back of the house. If you've ever worked in a restaurant, you'll know exactly what I mean. One person will come to the back. Say they're in a negative mood. You will literally feel it and see it start going to each person and like infecting the whole staff in a way. And everybody will be negative in like 3 minutes flat. It's like that, like a thing of telephone. I don't know what I'm talking about. So you're saying that Kim doesn't know what she's talking about because these are Kim's words. I never said that she didn't have kids at WSU. What is she warning others for? What warning for what? She sent her daughter back to the same school that supposedly has 5 or 6 psychopaths running around it. So answer me that. Answer me that one. Bring me that. Bring it up. Like, come on, Jules. I want to hear it. I mean, I'm really curious about that one. I'm just so confused when people talk about stuff sometimes. Like when you like me, it's probably me. So I just need to hear it again. Like, in longer format, maybe. Okay, well, she needs to warn her kid. She put her kid's name on the internet. Okay, and supposedly Kim's out here saying 5 or 6 people did this. 5 or 6 people need this. I know who did it. I know who did it. I know who did it. So these 5 or 6 people, let's just say play devil's advocate. These people know that Kim knows. What's making them not go after Kim's daughter right now? What is making them not go after her daughter right now? Tell me this. Tell me that. I don't understand it. Because Kim, a drunk turkey or a T-Rev or a TNT or whoever is not going to be able to help her when all this comes crashing down on her. These people are not going to be able to help her. She thinks she's making friends on YouTube over here. And she's not. If she's listening, you're not. And that's the damn truth. That's coming from someone truthful. If you want to know about truth. Really. I mean, I'd let her come up on my panel. Hell, you know how many more people would bring in this chat? Fuck yeah. I'd say, come on up here, Kim. Let me get you a seat and a drink. Because I would dismantle everything she said. I didn't hear anybody dismantling stuff. I was like, she said, yeah, Ethan got knocked out in the kitchen. The panel didn't say a word. Why didn't you follow up with what did he get hit with? Why did he get hit? Where was he heading in which direction? Like, because they don't need to right now until they go through everything that they have. They go through all their stuff and then they turn it over to the defense. It's very, very, very common that this happens. I'm saying Kim is saying this shit. She's on other panels. I'm not going to be throwing other people. I threw everyone else's name out there. Lily Pat, does anyone know her real name? I said, I don't even think it's Kim. She's extra, she's too much, and it's bullshit. If it's a little bit of a lie, it's all a lie to me. If it's a little bit not credible, none of it's credible. And that's just me. And that, I don't know, maybe I was like, maybe my parents raised me weird or something. Maybe they was like, we're going to raise you different. But I just know that I don't know. Justice, my parents just always taught me to question things and, always stick with what's factual. And if you need to bring out some bullshit along with it, then that's what you got to do. But normally, like we like to say, the trash takes itself out around here, so. Oh yeah, we know who 3434JJJ is. She's come in here before. She's been in here. Pamela, yeah, she's been in our chat. She was in here when she's first trolling around. Okay. So Super Greek said he spent months doing label talking about BK did this, and I didn't say he ever did it, but okay. But all of a sudden, when you talk about Kim, the real killers might get her kid. What the hell, is BK the killer or not? I don't know if he is or not. The evidence is saying that he is. The evidence is saying that the right man is there. Nobody else is getting murdered out there. But if Kim is saying 5 or 6 people are involved in this and BK was just the lookout guy, then that means there's 5 or 6 people out there still that could go after her child when she's throwing her child's name on panel and out into the internet. And I never put her child's name out here. And I never said her child's name. I know. In true crime. And okay, and if there's 5 or 6 people, okay, let's say there's 3 people inside, 3 people outside. I'll make it easier. 3. Where's all the fucking DNA and blood? Okay? You're going to get sloppy with with having that many people going in and committing a crime. I'm sorry. You're going to get sloppy. There's going to be mishaps. One person couldn't even hardly do it himself without leaving a sheath behind. And you're saying 6 people did this and they were stealth ninjas? I just don't understand. She wants attention. That's why she's calling every channel. She ain't trying to get protection for her kid if she's putting her name out there. I mean, I'm just saying it. I'm just saying. Both of her kids she put out there. And she said that 2 of her kids were out of the school. 1 kid was still in school. I'm just trying to go back up and then. Ashley. Look at you making me laugh when you're the one that needs to laugh. She does only sound calm when she's with Drunk Turkey. She really does. I feel like, well, no, he hasn't asked. He couldn't find his way out of the chat. I was thinking maybe Justice was Oompa. You know, like I didn't take any of these words out of anybody's mouth but Kim's. These are all her own words, like word for word. I'm not one of those people that is even going to freehand something. I am a person that's going to rewind it 15,000 times and listen to it 15,000 times to get it right. Like, I'm not kidding you. When I'm telling you, when I read the injuries, like I read them, those were the way that she wrote them on that email. That was the way that was read. Whenever I wrote everything else that she talked about, I literally took her words. I'm not going to be clipping and being like, let me show, because that's not what I'm here to do. We do normally watch a lot of videos on my channel and stuff, but tonight wasn't that night. Oh, how do I not see people become a member? Oh, welcome, Mandy. Mandy. You know, Justice, like, I'm going to give you the link one more time. And this is me being super, super nice because any other content creator would just give you the boot. But I'm going to actually drop my link and I'm going to give you the opportunity to come up here and give me some proven facts. I'm going to give you the damn floor. If you want, I'll mute myself and you can tell this whole 177, 176 people counting, well, 177, including you, all the facts that you know. And I'll give you 60 seconds. But if not, I'm literally about to block you because I'm over it. Exactly. Allison, right on time. She's like, can we just ignore Justice? Maybe it'll go away. I was thinking it was Oompa and they got lost again. Oompa, if that's you, Oompa. If that's you, Oompa, the door, you just go to the back button. No reason to lie with 7 kids? What do you mean? That's every reason to lie. My brother has 5. I'm like, I'm gonna last all time. Going to the store. See you later. And he's like, not really going to the store. I'm going to go sit in my van down the road for a minute, or his truck. I think that Kim has 7 kids, and I think that she's a mom. I do think this about her. I do think she's a mom that sees things that's going on, and she thinks she wants to do something about them or something. I don't know. I don't know. But I know that she wants to do something about something. I just don't know what it is. I'm probably about to jump off here soon too. What time is it? I've only been on here. I don't know. I guess it's kind of late, but it's not really late. I guess I can stay for a little long. I heard this out of Kim from WSU's mouth on multiple panels because she rides the panel train like it's going out of style. You can be online at 6 a.m., 10 p.m., and you bet you're going to see 3434 JJJ in your chat if you've got something that says Idaho 4. She's been in my chat before, Justice. Dude. Go ahead, Rich. Book tour. I hope that LJ, I hope that nobody digs up information on her daughter. Because it's like really. I've said this on this channel a lot. I've said this on this channel. Like, I hate when people go after people's loved ones and things that aren't, you know, that aren't involved in things, because it can F you up for like your life. The internet's the internet. The internet's forever. Tony just covered all pinko. Blind people. I know that's not me. Okay. I'm going to say, I'm not going to read the rest, but just the blind people can't stand facts part, I'm going to say, no, that's actually false. Blind people, they want the facts and they will do anything for the facts because they are making up for lack of being able to see. So that's wrong. So that's wrong. Oh God, we're going to go to Brent Kopacka. We did a whole live over that. Go back 3 years ago and you're far behind, Justice. That train sailed, long ago. Why are you still here? You're the one sitting in my chat starting shit. So like, bye. I'm over that. Like, I'm over that person. We've spent an hour and 46 minutes, actually an hour and 30 minutes messing with that person. Because you know me, I will give people their spot. I just know that, like, even if some of this stuff she's saying is true, guys, even if it is, majority of what she said it contradicts each other. You go on one chat and you go on another and it's literally opposite. Like, it's like your head is spinning. Your head's spinning around. Because you're like, wait, what did I just hear? So then you got to go back to the last chat you were just in, go through the timestamps because you're like, you want to make sure you heard it right. So when I'm telling you guys, I swear to you, like verbatim, it's verbatim. It's not, I did not make up any fluff. I did not do anything extra. I wouldn't do that. Like, I wouldn't do that. I just, I really wouldn't. Where the heck's Daniel at when you need him anyway? That guy could calm a horse down. Why he calms Blue down on his channel all the time. I blocked that person. I blocked him too. So I think we all did. I was like, they just won't go. I blocked him. So yeah, probably because I blocked him. I think if you guys block them, they only get blocked for like a second or something. Yeah. And that's what I liked about Daniel. And he asked questions and he let Blue and I don't know the other guy's name. He let him ask questions because I do listen to Drunk Turkey. He's been in here before too. Because we all go into each other's chats. Like, I mean, we're even if like I have 7,000 subs, almost 8,000 now. Getting up there. So 7,000 subs and he has like 35,000. We still know each other, because true crime is a small niche. And when it's a small niche, it's just, I don't know. You just get to know each other. So, but I think that's all I really have to bitch about. I'll talk to you guys though for a little bit. Man. But she did say something. She did say that, I don't know if she went on this creator's like channel, but she did say something about one creator. She said she didn't like them very much. And it's a creator that's not very nice. Like, you guys, I don't think would know them. They're a real small creator. And I was like, wow, that's just kind of, Kathy. I'm like, usually like, I'm like, oh my Lord. I feel like this is like OJ euphoric. I was around for OJ. I wasn't like around, but I was. My dad had that shit on TV every day. Like, he was packing his lunch, looking like with his briefcase. Like, he didn't even have a briefcase. Dad, if you don't have a briefcase, you go to a labor job. I have a briefcase now. All the lawyers do. Everybody on OJ's team. Like, it was bad. That's where that almost started my true crime love. I started a little before that with unsolved mysteries. So when people say stuff about not knowing my true crime, I do know my true crime. And we cover multiple cases on here too. Oh yeah, she did say that. She said, she did say about the gag. Yeah, she said, I one create, but okay. So on Drunk Turkey, she tried to recant it, but one she goes, they or no, it might have been on the same creators actually. It might not be on Drunk Turkey actually. Because I might be getting them confused now, so I want to say that. But she did say that. She said, I told the cops they weren't going to gag me. And then on the next creator, someone was like pointed that out there, like, well, you made it sound like you told the cops that they weren't going to gag you. And she's like, oh no, I didn't say that. I said like the police weren't going to tell me to not talk. Like, that's two different things. So I think I forgot to put that in my notes. See, that was one I forgot. I'm getting people triggered now. They're like, wait a minute, I just heard something too. But I just want people to look out, you know? I just want people to watch because it's just so easy, especially like I've done it. And I told you guys I've done that before where you see a large creator or even a small creator, but it's a lot of times, it's more time than not, it's a larger creator. You see something they say and you're like, oh my God. And then you take it as truth because you think, well, they have a whole team behind them or, you know, and sometimes they get it wrong. And me included. Maybe I did hear one of these 5 pages of something wrong. But I'm telling you, I worked on it all day. I mean, even when I'm in the damn fitting room, getting my bathing suit, I had my headphones in. I forgot they were even in, listening. I was actually listening to Drunk Turkey then, I think. I was listening to Drunk Turkey then. I was like, and then my headphone popped out and I was like, where am I at? All of a sudden, I'm in American Eagle in the fitting room. Oh my gosh, speaking of which, because we're done with the show, I'm done yelling for the night. Like, look at me, I'm so bipolar. I had to get my rant out. Maybe I needed that. We did just get off the Letitia Stout trial, so I'm going to calm down, guys. Exactly. Just because they're big doesn't mean they're right. You're You're exactly right. That's what I mean. Like, and I'm one of them. Like, I was one of those people. I heard something one time from a huge creator that everybody loves, 600,000 subscribers now plus. When Brian Kohlberger, and I won't tell you who it was, but Brian, I think I said it maybe in a live before, I'm not sure, but Brian Kohlberger, she said that one of his sisters lived next door to the Idaho 4 victims and put that out. And I put that out because I didn't even check it. It was in the beginning of the case, kind of. I was kind of it wasn't the beginning of true crime, but it kind of was, you know, it was my second big case, you know, and I just, yep, Mandy Jo, yeah, you're right, yeah. And she put that out and I ate it. I thought it was gold. And then when I found out it wasn't true, I had to come out and say it. I'm sorry, it was untrue. And I didn't say wherever, and I think I just said it was untrue. And then every time now, I did it the one time. It never got me before, and it never has got me since, you know? And it's like, she is wrong a lot. It's because other people do her work now. The bigger she's gotten, the less she puts in to her own content. It sucks. I don't even watch her anymore. But I mean, I like her as, you know, I like her as a content creator, but I just don't watch her anymore because I just, you know, I watch a lot of true crime if I need to. Well, for these things, but I usually don't watch too much true crime. I try not to watch a lot. But, you know, I think they all laughed. Eddie's like, I'm back. Hold on one second. I'm going to see if Vincent's sleeping. Okay. Oh, what are you playing, Missy? In a tournament? That sounds like fun, whatever it is. You cool, Eddie? How you been doing, Eddie, since Letitia's, we don't have to talk about her anymore, but since her sentencing. God, I'm glad she's out of our life. Now, if we could really get her out of our life. Because, you know, like Alex Murdaugh, he kind of still sticking around. Like gum on the bottom of your shoe. Alien dog. I just feel like if you have more than one person, okay, this is, I mean, it's just, and maybe it's dumb for me to think this way, or maybe it's genius. But if you're going to go commit a crime, like a quadruple homicide, right? And you're bringing more than one, let's just say there's two people, you and a person with you. You have to make sure that the person that's with you is on the same level as you, like ready to go in here with as much force, as much brute, as much everything. Make sure that they're not messing up on their behalf, like leaving sheaths behind or knives or DNA, and then still take care of yourself. I just don't, to me, that I just don't see. I feel like we would see more stuff, like more like blood on the walls, like in the pictures. I think that we would have saw more stuff outside of the house if it was more than one. I think it would just be like, there would just be more evidence. I don't know. Oh, that's a good question. Cautiously chatting. And I love your name. I need to steal that. I need to steal your name. Cautiously chatting. I love it. It says at the end of this, I wonder how many people will delete their account because they were wrong and can't stand to be wrong. A lot. Not me, though. Oh, Nuki became a new member. Oh, I have to get summer stuff together, too. I just remember that. I have it on my list. Because it was in the car when you told me. Yeah, the injuries is what's really got me. A Bonnie and Clyde couple, maybe. Oh. I would hope not. I don't think Kohlberger really was good at getting girls, though. If it is him, let's say. But I think that they might. Oh, really? I don't even know who that was. I don't know who that is, Messenger 11. I know a few channels that's went out since I've been on the platform. I mean, when Kylie Rodney case, I came in on the Kylie Rodney case. And it was because, I don't know what came over me. Well, you guys saw me tonight. That's what came over me. I literally got just a fire in my ass. And I was like, I need to tell somebody about this. And I had this YouTube channel. And so I was like, I'll just make a video. And I made a video, and then it just started from there. And we cover all kinds of cases on this channel. We cover cases that are well known, cases that aren't very well known. Both. I mean, we try to cover a lot. We even do, I've even done people's personal injuries stories on this channel, like our subscribers, their personal injuries, things like that. And we are definitely an ADHD chat around here. So if you like to talk about everything and anything and everything at the same time, this is the chat for you, my friend. And we're super friendly. I'm usually not so on my soapbox, but tonight I was. Because that justice person couldn't even spell Kohlberger right. Okay, I'll give you that one. It's not with a C. But then you're spelling Christie wrong. And you're saying you're friends with Christie. And I'm like, you're not. You're not friends with Christie. She's like, oh my lordy. Instead of going out there, I just texted him, but I think he's asleep. Oh, you like the Drunk Turkey Show stuff? Oh, Justice is gone. I booted them. I think they're gone. Unless they came back somehow. Like a bad migraine. If you're going to rant, interviewers who let Box Cutter and Kim hijack the show by not answering simple questions. Well, they weren't even asking her some of the questions they should have been asking her some. Like when she said, Ethan got hit in the back of the head in the kitchen, got knocked out in the kitchen. It was like silence. I was like, I got a question. I was like, I have a question if anyone wants me to ask. Keep me updated, Ashley. I want to know what's going on. Yeah. And give your wife a hug for me and kiss and just, oh my Lord, she's going to be fine. She's going to go get some healthy stuff. She's going to feel good. They'll probably give her some cleanser out too. I couldn't get the first letter right. Summer, I feel like I am sometimes. And I don't mean to be. I think people think, maybe that's what. No, but I do have one of those faces though. If I'm not smiling, I feel like I have like a resting bitch face. But I'm usually smiling. But I'm one of those people, if you saw me out in public, I would walk by you and be like, hi, hi. Like, I'm like holding the door open and people are just getting out of their vehicle like a mile away. And I'm that person, you know. But I just really get, you know. Who you being mean to, actually, Summer? Are you being mean to someone? I was like, who should be mean to someone? I was like, who you being mean to? I'm only allowed to be mean tonight. I think that was Oompa in here. So if you guys don't know who Oompa is, we had someone come in the chat one time and they were saying off the wall stuff. And then all of a sudden they couldn't find their way out of the chat. And I think they just got confused on live for a minute. But they said, how do I get out of here? Like in the chat. And it was just the funniest. Oh my God. It was the funniest thing I've ever experienced on a live ever. I didn't get that. Oh. Could you try? Well, you didn't get that. You should get a lot of things. Hey, Arlene. Where you been? Nuki, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I try to, I'll smile, you know, and I usually smile at a girl, like I'll wave at people. I think that's a customer service in me. But if I'm just standing there, yeah, and I'm not smiling, I look like, I feel like I look like a bitch. I don't mean to. So I'm constantly smiling. It's like overly smiling. If you do that, I do that. Justice was a waste of time. Justice was kind of like a Kim. But man, well, there goes that counseling session I had this morning out the window. There goes that $180 I probably spent. I'm going to have to call her again tomorrow. I wanted to hear too, but they wouldn't come up. How many? I dropped the link like 40 times. And then I kept asking questions. And they wanted me to like, I would give like 4 or 5 channels out. I didn't want to give every single channel I listened to. I mean, all you have to do is just put in Kim WSU Mom. Everyone will pop up. Like, you know, white on rice. Like bees on honey. Well, I would hope not, Randall. But that I don't know. I'm going to say no. Did you hear that, Randall? Thanks, Kelly D. I appreciate that. That's what I was doing. I was just wanting to stand up for the truth and just say some stuff. Just say my piece. But, you know. Oh, do you think that Justice could be Justin? Oh, I don't know. You want to check out and see what that person's been up to? Because I still keep an eye. I still keep an eye. So Justin, last time I looked, was like just doing the baseball thing again, being a baseball fan. No Idaho 4 to be heard of or seen. And his channel has no content on it anymore. No videos at all. So let's see. Because, you know, I like to look. Hey, I can hear him out there. He's still awake. I have it under Justin, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. Because I've been saving too many tabs, like, or too many bookmarks. So yeah, so this is his channel. He got over 1,000 subscribers, so I mean, he's monetized. He did that. Whose channel did he go on again? The first time? Drunk Turkeys or TNT or someone's? Like right after that, he got like all the subscribers he needed, you know? Because it was a bigger channel. And then let me see if I can find his Facebook. There it is. And this is his Facebook. Joe Exotic. Proponis. Okay. Oh, the about. Oh, let's see what's going on. Like the about on his Facebook or the about on his YouTube? Which one? What? This chat? No way. Justin was in here and I didn't see him? You did, Nuki? Oh my gosh, was it crazy working for him? Oh man. I'm in recovery mode. Let's see. About. Oh, guess nothing. Nothing at all. I went to school. Wait, that's a Memorial Garden or something. I thought that was a school. Wow, that's bad. Sorry. We'll say a little prayer there. Sorry about that. Thought that said school. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess because people don't normally check into the funeral home right there, or the, you know. On YouTube? Okay, let's see. Oh wait, I have to go back. I don't think there's anything there. Yeah, there's nothing there. He has like nothing. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's the bottom story. Yeah. We'll leave that one for you guys to witness if you want to witness that one. And if you don't know what that is and you think you do, it is what you're thinking. Fighting with the boyfriends of Smoking Crystal in the back office. He would scare me too. Hell yeah. I don't know, like, his whole personality, I'd be so intimidated. Oh, Papa Roger. Oh, did he really tell us to shut up? Oh, man. I was trying to get Papa to come up on the panel. I just thought it would look cool. Oh, I like that name, When Juror Matters. Yeah, he's from Chicago. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he's from Chicago. That's what he says. Really, Eddie's from Chicago. Our Edward is. He's from Chicago, too. I used to go there once a year for vacation, but we haven't done that in years. We should do that. Afro Man is running in 2024. No, shut the front door. My dad used to like Afro Man. I'm not even lying. Oh, yeah, fake Papa. But it would be fun, you know. Nonetheless, just seeing the name up there beside me would be cool. Because, you know, they wouldn't show their face. They never do. They never do. I tried to. But I think I'm going to jump off here soon. I'm getting a little tired. I think I got worn out from yelling. Just kidding. We'll literally go out there. I'll go to bed and I'll just be like wide awake. That's what happens. Yeah. Wow. We just had all kinds of people in here. I need a fake account. Everybody's got a fake account apparently but me. Nuki, if I was you, I would just kept asking them for like autographs and then sold them. Especially after he got it locked up. Yeah, he was here for the other night for like 2 seconds. He wasn't that, yeah, he wasn't here very long. Rose, you have a lot to catch up on. It's a grand time. I could actually hear it in the living room. Vincent hasn't been watching my lives lately, I don't think. Tonight, he was watching. He's probably like, damn. He didn't write me. So I didn't go over the edge. Wow. I didn't go over the edge. And I thought I was there. Because, I mean, he called me and be like, Tanya. I died 3 times in this bitch Somerset. I need to get Nightbot to say something random when we have a bunch of people in. Just like an apology from myself, not to Justice, but you know, to the rest of the people that were in the chat, especially if you guys are still here and you were in here in the beginning and I didn't get to talk to you. I'm so sorry. There for a while I was just reading the notes and I had my head like kind of like down. I'm blind in one eye too, so you know. So when he made the joke, you know, the blind joke, or it wasn't really a joke, but he said he must be, you know, be blind or whatever. That's no, or because I didn't know the facts, and I'm like, no, bitch, that's the opposite. I'm blind in one eye, and I feel like I have to know everything about everything. I'm a girl. Okay, so if you want to know a little bit weird, I'll give you one some info about me that's like really weird. If I want a question answered, or if I feel like something's not factual or there's something more, then I will go to any links it takes to get it. I will. I will. As long as it's legal. I mean, you know, if it's not illegal, you know, we just got to work with what we got to work with what we got, you know. But I heard something that I was like, what was that? But it was nothing. Sorry. So I have a lot of metal implants throughout my body. And I have a prosthetic eye. And I wanted to know one night, it was late. It was probably like 6 o'clock at night. Not like, it was like late to be calling places, you know, 6, 7. And I was like, Mom, what happens if I like die and I have this metal in me? Like where's the metal go? Like, what are we doing with the metal? What's happening there? It's titanium. I mean, it's expensive, right? That's what I was thinking in my head too. So I called the damn funeral home. My mom literally could not believe herself. She was like, I cannot believe that you're my child. I was like, well, then who was going to tell me that? So I called the source. If you're burying me someday, you know, hello, what do you guys do? And they said everything that you come in with, you leave with. So I said, okay. Just making sure. I said, because if you're going to start taking like metal out and selling it, give it to my mom. Let her have it. You know, like let her sell it. Because, you know, she was alive at the time. So yeah, can't easily destroy titanium. And that's all I got. That's all I've got. Good luck, guys. I did say that in here that one night. Who was that too? Who was messing? Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind. I remember now. I was gonna say who was messing with me, but I already know who it was. Never mind. But I was like, I'm 5'8". I was like, don't mess with me. I'm 5'8" and full of titanium. It just came out of nowhere. Oh yeah, it was TNT that had him on. Justin. I knew it was him or Drunk Turkey. I couldn't remember. I knew it was one of the two that had him on. I don't even think she could keep a straight face. Oh, man. Well, I'll be on tomorrow. Oh, wait, actually, okay, yeah, I gotta get some sleep. I was gonna try to, hold on. Teresa's in bed, so she's usually our trial person, but I know you guys will know. Closing arguments are tomorrow in the Lori Vallow trial. Are they, they're streaming audio, right? Just not video until the sentencing? I mean, until the verdict? Oh, Summer, she had on Justin, this guy, Justin Vlogs. We still have like his thing up on the, I guess I can move that. Like, we just have the thing like sitting up there. We'll put it back on these guys. We'll just put it on this. I think that's like comment of the night. I typed that 3 times in this pitch. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm one of a kind, I'll tell you that. My parents freaking raised a crazy woman, I swear. And then my boyfriend's got it now. Bless his heart. Bless his freaking heart. That's what I was telling my counselor that today. I was like, really, literally. I don't know. I said, I don't know what I did to get so lucky. He puts up with my stuff. He does. Oh, thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys are so kind. Oh, Kelly D, you're on your other account tonight. I just noticed. Because you're not green. You're on your secret account that has your name. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to do a show tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to try to figure the Lori thing out. If we don't, stream in the morning, I'll definitely be on tomorrow night. But if there's a verdict reached, we'll just have your notifications on. Just have the notifications on, because closing's tomorrow. So it's like we just had a verdict. I don't know if it's like a roller coaster, y'all. I don't know if my emotions can handle all this, but we are getting a lot of justice. So speaking of justice, I wonder how Letitia's sleeping tonight. Probably not very well. And thank God for that. But I love you guys, and I hope to see you guys all in the next live. Don't forget, subscribe, like, share, like the video, share the content, hit the bell icon, and I appreciate you guys. And if you sent the link through the chat, I might not get it. Just send it in my email. And my email is titaniumbuiltboo@gmail.com, and I will check it out. Alrighty, you guys have a good night, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye, guys. Thank you.